Hi everyone, welcome. Tonight I'm doing an evening reading. We're going to do our March reading for what your spirit guides want you to know. Maybe signs that they're sending, but you're not picking up on them. So they're going to use me to reach you. So be very open in the reading. I feel like it's our collective spirit guides. I feel like my guides go out and gather who's ever going to be here, and just trust in that, because I feel like if you're here, you're meant to be here, and somehow it'll relate to you. Okay, so we're going to do that, but first, there's two things I want to talk about real quick. I think back in January, I was talking about how it's really good to know what your personal year number is within a universal year. And I think I just want to remind you again. I feel like our personal year is just really starting, almost like maybe it follows like Aries. Um, but anyways, I just feel like we've been behind, and now it's starting. So let's talk about how you find your personal year number. So I used my birthday. I don't know if you can see this or not. So my birthday is September 13th, 9/13. So you don't want to worry about your year. Leave your year out of it. So then I'm just going to add that right across. 9 plus 1 plus 3 equals 13. I'm going to bring that down to a single digit. So 1 plus 3 equals 4. So that is my number, 4. Well, that's the beginning of my number. And then what we're going to do is you add it to whatever the universal number is, and it is a 5. And we get that just by adding the year, 2021. 2 2s, 4 plus 1 is 5. So I'm going to take my 4 plus that 5. So my personal year number is 9. That's a tough year. It's a year of reflection. But I highly recommend that you learn what you can about them, and also your life path number. That would be then adding the actual birthday or year in. But there's videos out there that can show you, because I'm certainly no expert, but I'm learning. It's definitely pulling my attention, numerology. So, and I use a lot of it in my readings, in my personal readings, even in these readings. So anyways, look up your personal year number. I feel like it gives you a, it's like a window over the year. So you can look out over the year, maybe just see the bullet points. What do I have to watch out for? What kind of energy am I going to be in? Because different numbers are going to be different energies. 3 is a year of joy, and just like the tarot, celebration, creativity. And then you move into a 4, and that's about your foundation, and you're thinking more analytically, and the building of, your material world, all that, and then you move into 5. 5 is change. Um, so every number is different. And then we go, so if like I'm a 9 this year, next year I'll be a 1. I'll be starting over at a 1. And that's why I always feel like we go through 9-year cycles. Okay. Also, I did a pick a card reading. I think it was a soulmate reading. But right on the thumbnail, I have entered to win a free reading. So I just want to remind you, you'll have to leave a comment. I said that you have to share it. You don't have to share it. I don't know why I said that. That's up to you. But just like it, and I appreciate it if you subscribed. And then I'm going to pick one winner. But then I was just thinking before the reading, I may also pick someone who is willing, and leave it in the comments, which might seem unfair because I didn't tell anybody else, who is willing to maybe allow me to do your reading recorded, but on YouTube. Allow me to upload it on YouTube. I won't use your last name, that type of thing. And I'm just thinking that would be nice for those who aren't sure if you want a reading, or how does Sandy do a personal reading. Very in-depth, by the way. Very long, usually an hour, hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. I put no limit on it. Nothing, no limit. Um, anyway, so if you're willing to do that again, I would leave out the last name. I would have to say your first name because, I want it to be legitimate. So anyways, you can just leave in your comment like, I'd be willing to do that too, Sandy. Okay, and that's all I wanted to talk about. So it's on, that giveaway is on Pick a Card. It was one of the last few I did. I think it was the last Pick a Card I did. And it says right on the thumbnail, enter to win. So, you know what, I'll leave it at the end of this video. I'll leave it at the end videos. There's 4 videos you see when my video ends. Those are videos I recommend for you. So I'll put that one up there. Please don't let me forget. Okay, guys, let's get into the reading. Enough talking. So, your messages from our spirit guide. This is in the light, only from the light. These are about the, you're always receiving signs, whether you know it or not. You are, each of us is unique, right? And each of us is, I feel, assigned a group of celestial beings, let's say, whose job, so to speak, is to help to guide us here on this earth. A lot of times we feel we're on this earth and we're alone, but we're not. We have a spiritual team. And I feel like you have certain guides who, step forward for like the financial issues, and maybe you knew them here on earth, and maybe they were great in finances, you know what I mean? So they're like, Kathy needs help in her finances, let me step forward. Maybe it was the father. Bring that down a little bit. Okay. We're going to start with the Mother Mary deck. This is an oracle deck. Really my favorite, I have to tell you. I've had it for years and years, but I feel like, when we get the card in the beginning and then we read it at the end, I feel like the words are profound. Like I have no doubt in them anymore. That's how much I trust them. Feminine. Well, it is March, right? It is March. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Okay. I was like, get ready for spring. Okay. Let's bring in the Tarot of Dreams. Or Dreams of Tarot. I think it's Tarot of Dreams. Already pre-shuffled. I just like shuffling once I hit go. Okay. We have the Two of Wands. Something's opening, right? This is you looking at the potential of something new. This is Wands is about, I was thinking about doing another video on teaching how I read tarot, and I look at it from the Fool's point of view, right? And what follows the Fool. And it's interesting, I saw the Fool earlier, and I thought, I haven't seen the Fool in this deck in a while. So, maybe it's there. Do you know what I mean? It's just not front and center. So anyways, this is talking about something that's passion-driven. This is also an intuitive time. When you start to walk down the Wands path, and that's what you're doing. You're entering, right? You got to cross through that gate, and you do have to. It's like you have to cross through it. But this is you looking at all the possibilities. We have the Palace of Cups. So the Palace in this deck, as I believe it, is about the atmosphere that you find yourself in, that you will find yourself in. If we start with the 2, this is talking about then where we're going, right? So that's kind of nice that right next to it, right next to where we're going, and again, kind of passion driven. And then we're moving into very watery type energy. This is, it's emotions, but it's fulfillment. Look at this. We have the Palace of Coins, Palace of Pentacles, Earth and Water, with a lot of passion behind it. That's kind of interesting, right? Palace of Coins, that is, feeling abundant. Whether I have a lot or I have a little, I have enough. This is enjoying your home, enjoying your environment, all that, like all with your material world and in your earthly world too. You're feeling grounded. But how interesting that it's almost like a Virgo and a Pisces. Because how interesting that you also have the Palace of Cups beside that. So, I like everything I'm seeing so far. We have the Page of Wands. Let's slide that over. We have the High Priestess under the 2 of Wands. Beautiful, and that's exactly the energy it should be. This is your intuition driving you, moving you forward. This is you trusting in it, believing in it. The Page of Wands to me is the Fool. He's someone who moves forward, takes chances, moves first, thinks about it later. However, he is looking back at, really stable type energy. We have the Knight of Wands. So that's pretty fast moving energy. Interesting, it's moving to you, towards your intuition. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. A page can be a child. It can be, often I feel it's the atmosphere. It's almost like what's about to be, right? The knight is what's bringing it in. Page of Wands is kind of like the 2 of Wands. I'm getting ready to do it. So anyways, also I feel like he's the Fool. What's he got under him? He has the 7 of Pentacles. So, 7 of Pentacles is a beautiful energy to have in your reading. And the reason why is because I think when you see 7 of Pentacles, you can kind of let go of control in a way. Maybe that's why we're seeing water next to Pentacles, next to Earth. It's a kind of balance of each other. But 7 of Pentacles, how I see it is it's your soul's seed of intention. Maybe before you even put foot on this earth, right? And meant to happen when it's meant to happen. Now, I feel like how it shows up or how it will be is dependent on us. It's like literally you're taking the seed and now, you need to plant that seed. Take care of it. Don't rush it because it needs time, right, to germinate and to seek the sun, right? It's your seed seeking that light, and it needs to do that, right? That's what I feel like is perfect timing, divine timing. So it breaks through, right? Breaks through the ground and blossoms, right? And you don't try to pull it too quickly. You allow it to mature, but it's your seed to do with, right? It's like, this is when I prefer it, and I'm sure if you prefer it at a certain time, that means that you're ready to move into the energy of nurturing it. And I feel like that's exactly what this is over here. The Two of Wands with the High Priestess. This is you nurturing. This is you being ignited by something, having an epiphany about something. This is your intuition pulling you towards something that may feel strange to you, unknowns to you. I don't even feel like, I feel like it's saying trust that. Trust that and follow that, because, you know, the atmosphere that it creates is quite beautiful and quite balanced. Um, you know, and I feel like it's really up to us what we put behind it. So anyways, we have this King of Swords, and he is attached to the Seven of Pentacles. So that makes me feel like this is someone who is meant to be in your life. Now that doesn't mean that that means everything's beautiful and glorious and easy. It may be quite the opposite. It may be passionate, but yet a lot of fighting and you know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. It's like I gotta leave my expectations from that, because I feel like at this time, what's ever happening between two people, because it's something that really is meant to be, doesn't have to be, but is meant to be. What was I going to say? Dang it, something always, I don't know, it just left me. This card kind of grabbed my attention. Look at that, the Ace of Swords. Huh. Well, look at that, coming right into the High Priestess and the Two of Wands. And remember, this is really a spiritual type reading. This is telling you what you need to know to arrive at where you want to arrive, right? To really arrive there. Many different ways of getting there, right? I can go the slow way. I can go the too fast of, there's many different ways to get there, but you get there. Anyways, Ace of Swords, first of all, it is my yes card. So I feel like if you came into the reading questioning this, what you're intuitively feeling and whether you should move towards it, I feel like the answer is yes. Yes. Ace of Swords is about the truth through communication. It is being your authentic self, being appreciated, feeling good, being your authentic self, and being your authentic self. You know, that's one of those avenues. Like, if I play it the right, I hate to say play it, but like, if I'm allowing myself, if I'm being my authentic self, and I am moving towards whatever this is pulling me to, this passion is pulling me, this epiphany is pulling me, something, it's pulling me, and I allow that, right? I allow that. Again, I forget what I was going to say. Why is that happening? Maybe I'm over talking it, and the guides are like, all right, they got your point. So it's interesting, this Knight of Wands is coming from the King of Swords energy, heading to you. You feel it. I feel like you can't deny that you feel it. You feel something. And it seems to be coming from this king. This Knight of Wands is someone who is very quick, very passionate. It sometimes won't take no for an answer. You know, that type of thing. You know, when they shower their passion upon you in different aspects. But sometimes that energy can feel chaotic to someone. Like, you know, like, whoa, you know, you're moving too quick. You're giving me anxiety. Slow down. You know, feel free to do that. If that's what you're feeling, right? Slow it down. I feel like there's no harm in that. All right, look at this. We have the Six of Cups. So for some of you, this could be someone of the past. You know, it's interesting because I feel like some of you, it's like your mind's being flooded with memories of either someone or of a time. And I feel like it's kind of like, I don't know, it's like a cycle that wants to begin. And there's something about the memories that I feel like you're being flooded with in a good way, emotional, loving. Um, and that seems to be the catalyst that ignites what's ever going on here. Okay, we have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups under the King of Swords. So did I at one time walk away from this king? Male, female, and by the way, it doesn't even have to be a air sign. It's someone who, when they're in the light, I feel tells the truth. Is honesty is important to this person, and it's in the same back. Very important. This is the communicator. So good with his words. Put him in reverse, and you can be nasty with his words. Anyway, this can talk about someone who's coming in to communicate to you. Again, it's pushing to you. It's coming from the tree. So I have no worry about this. You know, whatever was, was. This is talking about the Palace of Cups and the Palace of Coins is talking about where you will be, the potential of where you can be if you decide to walk through the gate of the Two of Wands. Because the page is here, I feel like he's my fool and he's going to do it. Why is he going to do it? Well, he may be inspired in some way, knowing that this seed is coming to fruition. Like feeling in a way like, huh, there's something. There's something. You know, I feel like our guides like it when we are questioning and trying to figure things out and learning and having awarenesses. I feel like they celebrate as we seek, right? We seek the knowledge, we seek the truth, all that. Anyway, I feel like at one time I probably walked away from this king in the Eight of Cups energy. Eight of Cups energy is an emotional energy. It truly is. Normally in that Eight of Cups, I'm focusing on all that I've lost, you know, the sadness. Honestly, probably longer than I should. Now, it could be because two people are very drawn to each other, right? But I feel like in no time ever does God or anyone think that you should wait, depending. I mean, if someone's like truly making an effort, yeah, wait. But if, you know, they gotta put their money behind their mouth, right? They gotta put is that the saying? You know what I mean? Words are words, actions are what I want to see. You know, it's almost too bad the Eight of Cups is here because even though I did kind of feel like something like that was going to show up, everything else is really of a positive, all that can be kind of nature. We have the King of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Interesting that we have the page above this king. So for some of you, again, it can be a queen. Maybe it's a queen who's not in her feminine energy, just being called to it. And along with that king comes this Two of Swords. Look at that Two of Swords. That's agony over making a decision, right? There's something I don't want to see. I put a blindfold on, right? You know, this is making a decision, trying to make a decision anyway. But boy, you know, it's tough in that energy. This is when I'm in my head. You know, it's just not, I don't care who you are, it's not your natural energy, but it exists, right? Anyways, and I feel like, you know, if I feel like this person is showing back up in my life, for some reason, I feel like these people are becoming illuminated in some way. They're being pulled intuitively, and that may be why you're watching this reading. Maybe you've been missing the signs, and we're gonna go deeper. Anyway, I gotta remember that and stop talking. Okay, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the sun, beautiful. You know, spring. We're in March. I know some of you are not, are not. I'm in North America. But where I'm at, it is, we're getting ready to enter spring. It was beautiful out today. That's why I'm doing a reading at night. I was like, I just feel like I got to get outside. I haven't been out. I've been like a hermit. So I went out for a little while. Okay. Anyway, the sun is, I feel like it's carefree. It's much, I don't know, there's less burdens in the sun. There's passion. There's playfulness. There's a complete illumination. I feel like even if I have this blindfold on, it's like the sun's going to burn through that blindfold and still illuminate me. And here is the High Priestess. I feel like that is totally your intuition in this reading. And I feel like some of you, I feel like many of you are being guided. This is definitely your guides guiding you. But ultimately, you have to walk through the gate. They can't walk you through the gate. And maybe that just means I have to say yes. Here is the yes card. But I feel like in this King of Wands energy, this could be, I don't know. We have the Six of Cups here. We have the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. This may be someone that I was with earlier, and that is the reason why I'm looking at all I lost. This may talk about someone maturing. The Page is somewhat immature energy, right? I'm still growing. I'm still learning through my experiences. King, I have had many experiences. The Queen. Look at this. We have the 10 Cups. So what's going on here, guys? It's like your intuition, or let me put it a different way. It's like your spirit guides that guided you to this reading today are saying, here is a gate that's opening. And just imagine yourself standing right before that gate. Right? And your intuition is really what's driving this energy. Like, I don't know. But it's almost like I've got to move towards it, right? I got to move towards it. I love that the Ace of Swords is under it because it tells me it's an authentic path where you're being your authentic self. You're appreciated for who you are type of energy, right? And I don't know. And then the 10 of Cups comes out over it. Now, it almost sounds too good to be true, right? It just sounds too good to be true. It sounds too easy to be true. Nonetheless, I had to get through this Eight of Cups energy, right? Because the Eight of Cups energy, anyone who can move me out of it is me. And 8, I feel like, is you, is self. And 8 also ask for a new beginning. So, it's not about, he's looking at the moon. Almost like I can move through the moon energy that I can't see all that's there. Anyway, here's the Ten of Cups. How interesting. Coming right over the Two of Wands. Wow. Guys, look at this. The Ten of Pentacles. First of all, here's the Ten of Pentacles coming over. Well, here's the Ten of Pentacles with the Palace of Coins. Here's the Ten of Cups over the Palace of Cups. Here they are. Okay, let's keep going. It just seems too simple. The sun comes out. I move intuitively. I follow what's ever guiding me, whatever desires I'm having, whatever epiphanies I'm having. Does it have to be about love? No, it may be about, I don't know, somewhere just taking you to the Palace of Cups and Coins. Okay. Okay, I gotta know more. We have the Devil. Interesting. It's almost like, is it for real? Why am I doubting it? First of all, the Devil's a card of Capricorn. I know Capricorn gets sick of people talking the dark side of the Devil, but it's dark. It's temptation. It's things that pull you towards maybe what does not serve you, but pulls you that way anyway. This could talk about someone other than you at an earlier time who dealt with some types of temptation. And I almost feel like maybe they had to. I don't know. And what I mean is had to deal with it on their own. Because you have to overcome something like that on your own. Of course, you want support. But he shows as the king. So he does show maturity. He shows as also part of this tree. It's interesting that everyone is attached to the tree. It's interesting, I'm just calling it the tree. We have the Hangman. Hang on. It's funny, the Hangman is kind of like stopping you from going through that gate. Now why would you do that? Well, the Hangman is someone who may be seeking wisdom about what next steps do I take. But then sometimes in the Hangman we can, it's about wanting to have that awareness, right? I'm looking for that awareness. I'm seeking the wisdom that will, maybe just bring me a happy life, however that may look. But the Hangman doesn't move until the Hangman is ready to move. I don't know. Does the Hangman sometimes stay too long in that position? Let's find out. We have the Eight of Wands, so this is very fast movement. This is interesting. This is also the energy of what I think about, I bring about. What I think about, I bring about. What I throw out there comes back to me. But it's also fast moving. It can be chaotic. And it's coming over what can be chaotic energy. However, how interesting that, like, when I put this card down, it's almost like from your intuition, you're throwing these spears of, well, it's going right up to the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. Like I'm kind of throwing that energy out into the universe. And it's like, and then I come to the energy of the Devil, but then I'm also matched by the Hangman. It's almost like I'm, I know what I want within the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, and I feel like you know that you can have it. Again, it's going to look different than maybe what we think. But anyway. So it's interesting that the Hangman is kind of putting a block to the same energy that you're putting out there. It's like I'm throwing the energy out there, but then I then block it. Why would I do that? I have the Lovers. Well, come here, the King of Swords. Some of you, Gemini. The Lovers. This is about a connection. And it's interesting because often I feel like the Lovers, when they are at their worst, they are in the devil energy. They are in their shadow energy. It can be really, maybe even unbearable. Maybe it's not meant to be yet. Maybe these lovers haven't developed fully, right? Maybe the seed hasn't blossomed to the point it should because it's coming after this page. But anyways, the connection is there, right? The connection is there. The connection, it's almost like it can't be broken. And this Lovers, interesting. Because, she's looking right up at the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles too. Alright, we have the Three of Pentacles. We have the World coming over the Ace of Swords. And then we have the Hermit coming over the Six of Cups. This could be Virgo. It is a Virgo card. But that's about illumination. It's interesting because, I feel like the Hermit's about spiritual illumination, and the Sun is illumination over what we don't, what we don't know, what we hide from ourselves, or what the world is hidden from us, right? The Sun illuminates that, like nothing can hide in that. And the Hermit's the same way, because even spiritually, his lantern, if you look, is illuminating a snake. Right? So I can see it. And if I can see it, therefore I can avoid it. If I, you know what I mean? Like, and I feel like another energy it talks about as I emerge from the Hermit energy, I've found, at least I'm feeling the knowledge. Maybe this reading alone is going to, like, some of you are the Hangman, it's going to turn you around and put you in the awareness state. Because I just feel like there's no need for me to have any fear here that I'm seeing in that Two of Swords, because the illumination is so bright, inner and outer. The World talks about entering a new chapter. Just like I'm a 9 personal year, some of you are 1. Some of you are we're all entering into a new personal year. And that can talk about our chapter, right? I felt like March in that reading, like spring type thing. So, okay, let's keep going. Curious what's going to come under the Lovers. The Lovers also has the Eight of Cups. So I definitely feel like for some of you, it's talking about the type of connection. And it's interesting again, like, I feel like you are throwing out what you want, but then you put a block on it. We have the Seven of Swords. I don't know. Because it came in my hand reversed, and it was in my hand. I don't even know how it got there, to be honest. Seven of Swords is untrustworthy energy. I don't know if I can trust you, right? I don't know if, the things that you were tempted to back then, you still are. I don't know. I don't, you know, a lot of, but then there's a blindfold, which is about something within you. Anyway, do I feel like some of you are connecting with someone? I do. And it's interesting the Three of Pentacles comes over the Seven of Pentacles, because in the Three of Pentacles, first of all, this is really your creative house. You know, this is the house where you can just kind of let go and create, whatever that may be, in whatever way that may be. This is a period when it's important to be who you are. You're a unique person to this world. And it's important to be who you are, because, you know, in a way, it's like you, you're the missing piece of the puzzle. And maybe we all are, as we're lost, but once we become found, we all connect, right? And we become part of the puzzle. And as new people come, they become part of, and we learn. You know, there's nothing wrong with learning. So anyways, so Seven of Swords is in reverse, though. And I'm reading it that way, mainly because I could feel it in my hand. So this may be someone who has overcome that past energy. You know, it can be the energy of feeling like something was taken from you. It's in your emotional house. You know, but nonetheless, it's like everything's pointing up to the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles, guys. Let's go ahead and look at this King and the Two Swords. It's like I don't want to talk myself out of what I am feeling. Okay, excuse me, card line. And that is the Five of Pentacles. So, Five of Pentacles attached to the Seven. You know what was the Seven of Swords. In it, let's just say, at one time was in the upright, and that's when I couldn't trust. Or something I couldn't trust. Whether I couldn't trust the person, I couldn't trust the connection, or something, right? Something happened, because in the Five of Pentacles, it's almost like something happens where your hand is forced. Maybe I was forced to walk away, whatever it is. But there's importance in that energy. And because it's also touching the Seven of Pentacles, I know a lot of you don't believe me, and that's okay. But I feel like even, especially the tough times, are meant to be, because this is where we have the ability to learn the most about ourselves. And really, when you know yourself inside and out, you can face anything. Anyway, so, you know, this is also a period when people are looking at you because of who you uniquely are. You know, I want to say maybe there was a time for someone out there where maybe in this energy something was going on between these lovers. And I feel like this is back in the day that wasn't good. And maybe it was drugs or something like that. And, you know, you wonder if you're strong enough to go back. Maybe you got to know that they are. And it just feels for like, I don't know, someone. Anyway, you know, what do? You take it day by day. That's what the Two of Wands is, day by day, right? I don't have to take leaps and bounds. I can move, even though it's interesting, we go from the Two of Wands to the Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles. I don't know. I feel like there's no need for me, if you know, if that's what I worry about. Otherwise, I say just go with the flow of where this is taking you. I feel like Hangman, well, I want to look at the Hangman, because I feel, because there's a lot of energy right next to it. It's almost like you're having an awareness, an awakening, whether you're ready or not. Ready or not, here I come. You can hide. However, it is attached to the Hermit energy, so I just feel like if it's talking about a pair of lovers, that someone else must, you know, and it's interesting because the Hermit is illuminating the Seven of Swords, but it's in reverse again. Almost like, you know, if there's, you know, this type of energy that maybe it's a sense of immaturity, but it made me make certain choices. Now I have the illumination over that, so I can see. It's almost like I can see if something is, or I can feel if something is not right for me. And maybe, you know, it's coming over the Six of Cups, so maybe this is their awareness, their awakening. Um, you know, I mean, we all make mistakes, and I'm not trying to talk you into anything. Because, you know, if you in any way feel like if there's energy that makes you feel like it doesn't benefit you, let's just put it that way, then you should never follow it. I don't mean inner, though. Inner, you kind of got to go deep. Alright, so I just really want to look at the Hangman. So I have the Four of Cups. You know, that's just kind of sitting around doing nothing. But the Four of Cups is also about spiritual discernment and trusting that, right? Coming over the High Priestess, touching the world, like, I don't know. We have the Queen of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, so definitely a Virgo energy. We have the Page of Wands again, looking right at the Queen. Also over the Hermit, and then look at this, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So I have to say, first of all, start with the Knight of Pentacles, because we're looking at the Hangman. The Hangman, he's not in reverse. If he was, he would be having this awareness. He's not quite there yet. However, maybe what I'm doing here in the Hangman is I'm learning to trust. Wondering if I can trust enough, right? And it's interesting that the Knight of Pentacles is like the back of this reading, you know, like leading the energy to you. And I have to feel the Knight of Pentacles as your guardian angel. And what's going on here? This Knight is bringing you a seed of intention. This is a Knight that you can count on. Through rain or snow, you can count on. And here's this Queen holding it. You know, here's the Knight, here's the Queen holding it. So, I don't know that I can talk you, or I should even try to talk you one way or another. I think the awareness just to know that, you know, where you are here, and ultimately it is up to you. I feel like the Hangman is up to you. But I feel like because the Knight of Pentacles came last, through guardian angel energy, and this page, who, you know, interesting, at one time, he had the devil above him, right? It's like he had the devil on his shoulder. But now, he's got the Hermit as his foundation. And he's got his spirituality, maybe. He's got his feet grounded, I feel so. Take that as you may. But she does have the Pentacle. And here is the world. So, you know, we haven't, you know, so again, I go back with the Five of Pentacles. This is a time period, though, when I follow that energy and I don't stay in woe is me too long. This is a time period when truly the signs are plentiful. This is a time period where you start to meet soulmates. And I don't mean romantically, though one may be. But anyways, these are people who come into your life who inspire you to do something or learn something. You know, they stir something in you, and it may just be for a moment, or it may end up being your new best friend. This is a time period where really what you're learning is how to be a compassionate soul, how to be empathetic, right? All that. How did I learn that? Because I've been there. It is through my experiences, right? I have been there. And maybe with it moving into this Two of Swords, again, fearful here, truly making, what if I make the wrong choice? Well, again, I feel like if you think about all that you've been through and all that you've overcome, it's not like some people be like, I will never. Well, maybe it won't be like that this time, right? Because these are two people who are coming to the table different ideology, different perspective, right? Once I had the devil on my shoulder, now the hermit grounds me, right? All of that is potential. Doesn't mean it will be, but can you move towards it? How could you not? I feel like no matter what, if I walk through the gate or I say yes to whatever feels like it's going to be illuminated to you, it just feels like, I mean, it's the Ten of Cups and the Ten of Pentacles. I don't know how to make it in a bad twist. And then the Lovers under that, looking right up at it. But also, if you're over here, it's like what I think about, I'm bringing about, because here is my energy moving right towards that too. So this could be in the Hangman, like, be careful what you ask for. You just might get it. And the Knight of Pentacles, it comes when it's ready. How do I want to say that? If there's been time, that time has been needed. It's about learning patience. Now, again, I don't ever feel like you should just stop living and wait for someone. Like, meet me upon my path. If you decide to go from, your shadow to your light, try to catch up on me on my path, and we'll see, right? But I'm not going back to the shadow. Why? Because now I have the awareness. Now I can see it, right? I have the sun. So I feel like that should help you with that Two of Swords. And I think I'm going to leave it there. Though I do want to read Feminine. Interesting. Mother Mary demonstrates that you can be both feminine and strong. Her sweet and loving nature is balanced by a clear vision of her duty to God's will. Whether you're a woman or a man, you have a feminine and a masculine nature. This card comes to you as a message for you to allow your feminine side to be more present and accessible to others. Your femininity includes virtues such as nurturing, tenderness, sweetness, softness, and gentleness, as well as receptivity and intuition. In fact, in order for you to develop your spiritual gifts, including intuition, it's essential to allow yourself to receive, and that includes divine messages. Okay, well, I'm going to leave it right there, guys. It's talking about your journeys. And, it's showing the ups and the downs, right? Anyway, I think I'm just going to leave it there. As always, thank you for everything. By the way, with your donations, I just bought myself a new mic because well, not a new mic. I've been using my laptop, but I know a lot of you are having a hard time hearing me. So I did quite a bit of research. I didn't want to buy a cheap little thing, but I didn't want it to be big and cumbersome. So I did buy one, and I just want to thank you all through your donations that I can make these improvements. Next, I'm going to add more things in my mind. So as I can, I will. Anyway, I love you guys. I'm so grateful for you. Welcome anyone who's new. I feel like anyone is here. There must be something in here for you. Doesn't mean the whole thing, but something important. Maybe it was just the feminine card. But I have a feeling, I just already know that it's going to resonate with quite a few people because I can feel it. Anyways, again, the Knight of Pentacles, guidance, right? At the tail end of it. It's what's bringing everything in. That's your guardian angel energy. You can trust that. Even if it moves slow. But it feels like it's no longer moving slow. It feels like the only thing left that could come between me and the Two of Wands is me. And that's okay. But if that's not what I want, then the sun is here to help illuminate that to you. So I feel like you're definitely going to have the truth of the truth of the truth. And then read your personal year. Watch some videos. Get different opinions. Your personal year. I mean, watch your life path year too. I feel like, especially at the beginning of the year, it'll give you a really good outlook for what's coming. And I feel like your guides are just showing you um, the potential, and saying we know of the heartache also. Like, we're not only part of this, we're part of all of it, right? So it's interesting. I go from the Five of Pentacles, but here comes this blessing right towards me, or here comes this ace driven by my guardian angel, and here it comes. Here it comes. And one more time, I'm just going to say 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, and the Lovers. I don't know. I love you. I will see you guys in a reading. Bye-bye.